guys, welcome back. For you that have returned, I appreciate you. I thank you so much. And for you that are new to this channel, my name is Carolyn, and again, I appreciate all of you for making the time out to watch my video. While you're watching it, click that like button, comment, and share this video, and subscribe. Help me get my 1,000 subscribers before July, please. So let's get started in this video. So today I wanted to share with you how life has been during quarantine and a little bit how life is going to change since everything is opening back up. I'm a little sad about it. So first I'm going to share with you about actually upgrading my parenting. That's something we all have to do, right? I don't even think we think about it a lot, but I know you guys are talking about, what does she mean upgrade? We know most of the time on a regular schedule, we're working full time or the kids are at school for a time. So we're always finding time. We always have to find time to make for family. We always have to find time to make for ourselves. However, during this quarantine time, it hasn't been as difficult as I'm used to it being. Usually, I wake up early in the morning, by 7 o'clock I'm gone, and I'm not back home until about 10 o'clock at night because 3 to 4 days out of the week, I have other things that I have to do before I get home. I'm very involved in my church, so I have a lot of things that I have to do. So I always try to separate and manage my time as best as possible. But during this quarantine time, I've been able to step back and analyze everything that's been going on, pay attention to the situation a little bit more, and now I have a better way of managing my time to be mom, to be wife, to be friend, whatever it is that I need to be. So this quarantine has not been all bad for me. Like I said, even though I'm still working full time, I'm able to come home right after work, which is very new for me. So at first when I was coming home, I was like, what am I supposed to be doing? Where do you fit in during these hours of the day in the household? And that's so sad. That's so embarrassing to say, but it is what it is. I'm not ashamed. I'm a busy mom, and as many of you that are watching, I'm sure you're busy moms and you can understand what I'm saying. Even though we think that we're doing everything that we're supposed to do, when you get a moment to step back and look inside and pay attention to everything, you start realizing little things that you can change. And it's okay to change and correct yourself. Now, a little background story about me. I became a mom very early. I became a mom at 17. I had my first child 7 days after my 17th birthday. And my second child I had 2 weeks before my 18th birthday. No judgment zone here. We are not here to judge Carolyn and how this and why this. There's a video coming on that anyway. After becoming a mom so early, all I knew was that I had 2 children to take care of. So all I did was get to work. And I also didn't allow having children to stop me to get my education and get what I needed. So I still continued school. I still worked 2 jobs. And I just basically, according to what I thought I was doing, handling my business, doing what I was supposed to do. Right? Time went by, more kids came, 3, 4, 5. Husband came, right? So I have totally filled my schedule over the top. My cup is full. So me finding time with the family has always been really, really hard because all I understood was work. Never really stepped back and paid attention to the responsibilities that you have when having the role as mom or when having the role as wife in the household. Now, granted, we're very close. My husband and I were very close, but there was some tune-ups that needed to be done, and that's okay. It's no reason to be ashamed about that. This is why I say this quarantine was not all bad, because I got the opportunity to make the tune-ups that I needed in my parenting and in my marriage. So what did I do? I actually started having more conversations with my kids. I started picking their brains a little more. Mind you, because I have 5 kids, I have 5 different personalities. I have a 14-year-old, I have a 13-year-old, I have an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old who's turning 20 every other day. So I had time to pick everybody's brain, to see where everybody was at. And I was able to sit down with my children and with my husband and actually check on them mentally. During this time, so much has happened. We've had riots, we've had this COVID going on. It's just so much that has happened, and that can take a toll on a person inside. I know for me, it really did take a toll on me. But during this time, I was able to build these relationships with my children, these relationships with my husband, and I learned so much more about them that I thought I knew, but I didn't know 100%. And not only have I realized that it's been some good in this because I've been able to be home, but my husband has realized it. My children have realized it too, especially my middle daughter. She is such a load of emotions. Oh my gosh, puberty is like right down the street. It's coming for me. I'm not ready for it. I don't want to go through it. And she's even forgetting that I still have to work full time because she's calling me and she's like, where are you at? You know, because she wakes up and I'm not here. She said, where are you at? I'm at work. And if she's not calling me, my son is calling me. My 7-year-old, he's calling me. And he's like, where are you at, Mom? Are you coming home right after work today? And it's like, yes, I'm coming home right after work. But I love that they are doing this. I love that they're getting used to me being home and they are getting used to being able to have these conversations. Especially for my 7-year-old, you know, he's going overboard with it. He needs to question me about where I'm at, what I'm doing, how long I'm going to be there. And I have to ask myself sometimes, like, am I married to you or what? Like I was saying, overall, I've just been actually pretty happy having to stay at home because of the quarantine or because of the COVID situation, because I've been able to, like I said, come closer with my children, come closer with my husband. Like I said, Mom, you don't really know anything. You don't really know the value of being a mother. But over time, you know, you learn it. You pick up what it is that you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. But since this quarantine time, for many people, you know, not just for me, I know for many people, our life has taken a turn. And me, I have to say it was actually a good way. I'm not mad at the quarantine. I'm not. I mean, yes, I sympathize for the situation in itself. Many people have lost their loved ones. Many people are still going through that, going through the sickness of COVID. So it's not, I'm not saying like, oh, I don't care about what's going on outside. I'm just saying for me personally, the quarantine life has not been so bad. Now, with such a busy life, you sometimes don't realize how much you're neglecting your role. And I'm talking about the parenting end right now. And it is okay for us to step back and realize, hey, I think I've been neglecting this role just a little bit. I know we think that we are doing everything that we possibly can with every effort that we possibly can to be the best mom that we can be, right? Which is why I'm always so busy and why I'm always thinking about what's next, what I have to do, and what's best for them. With the riots and with the COVID-19 that's been going on, it's been scary, and I've been feeling a lot of emotions myself. So I wanted to truly check on my husband, how he's doing mentally. I wanted to check on my children, check how they're doing mentally, make sure no depression has arisen. Many people don't believe that children can be depressed. I know firsthand that this is possible, so I wanted to check on them. And I was able to do that during this quarantine. We spent a lot of time together, and I'm very happy about that. And through all that time that we've been able to spend together, I've learned, even through having conversations with my children, differences in their love language. Now, you guys know there's love languages, right? And with that, I've been able to recognize how to love this child, how to love this child, how to love this child, how to show affection to this child. I just think that that's very exciting to be able to learn this, because when you're so busy and you have so many children, it's kind of hard to do things like that. But with our conversations, we've been able to connect with each other and see each other a little bit more, especially my oldest daughter, who is 13. You guys know, for 13-year-olds during this time, this world, we ain't got no chance. If we're not sitting down talking to them, if we're not being real with them, if we're not being open with them, we don't have no chance with them. So I'm very happy that I had an opportunity to sit down and talk to her, and we have been able to share some things and cry some tears together and learn some more about each other. That I always thought that I was doing what I was supposed to do. I always thought I was putting my foot forward and putting every bit of effort into it, but I realized that I have been lacking a little bit. I'm not ashamed to say that. It is okay that we learn how to tune up our roles in our household, as mom, as a wife, as a friend. I was able to check myself, and I was able to do that. And I learned many things about my kids, and I'm very happy. I'm very proud of myself, and I wanted to continue. So that's why I'm a little bit sad that things are ending. Even though I'm still working full time, I'm able to come home right after work, as opposed to before I had other things I needed to do. So what I've been able to come to understand is I've been able to think about everything and realize when everything goes back to normal, there's going to be there is going to be an adjustment in my schedule. I'm so sorry, I can't talk. there's going to be an adjustment in my schedule on how I do things and how I manage things. And being home and needing to step back and analyze the whole situation, I was able to learn that, and I'm thankful for that. For example, there are certain TV series that I've always wanted to watch with my children, but just never really had the time. So I always would ask them, like, hey, let's watch this TV show, let's watch this series. But we actually just never got to it. So I made it a point to make sure we got to it during this quarantine. And it was a joy to sit with them and to share, our understandings of the show and share our thoughts of the show. And I appreciate that. It's small, but I appreciate it. And it has allowed our bond, not just the TV show, but just the overall time together. It has allowed us to bond so much more than we already were. Don't get me wrong. My children, I tried to teach them to be very transparent with me as well. And me and my husband, we're very open with each other and we communicate. But it's okay to, learn that you can do better, right? And that's what I've learned. And I'm very excited that I learned that. And we have to remember there's no such thing as perfect parenting. There's no such thing as perfect wifing. Don't be coming for me. I know wifing ain't a word, but you know what I mean. But there's just no such thing, honey. Okay? It's not there. So even though I thought I was on my stuff, I was on my game, you doing it, you handling your business, go girl. No, there were some things that I can fix, and I'm totally fine with sharing that with you guys. So I want you guys to share with me what has happened during your quarantine. You already know the sad things, but I want to see some of the positive things. I want you to share with me. I want us to embrace that there has been some positive in this quarantine. Some of us have got rest. Some of us has caught up on some books. Some of us have done a few DIYs around our house. I mean, there has been some good because now we have had a little bit more time to do things like that, right? So I wanted to see and check on you guys. How are you guys doing after quarantine? What's going on with you guys? I know I didn't go into detail on like our conversations and things that we did, but I just wanted to share with you that since the quarantine, I have been able to make these tune-ups and make these changes and build a better bond with my family. And I think that is so very important. If you are parents, then you understand we sometimes can get very caught up in life in itself. And it is a really good thing to step back and just look at everything and figure it out, change some things around. And I have learned that, doing that will allow this household to be a better household. It will allow much more love in this household. And that's all I'm looking for, actually, at the end of the day. So what has happened with you guys during quarantine? Share with me your experiences during quarantine. And I will see you at the next video where I'm going to share with you a few things that I had to learn or come to realize since being married. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Help me get to my 1,000 subscribers. Help me get to my 4,000 watch hours, you guys. You already know what's up if you're new YouTubers. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.